All right, Crosskart fans, I've got something big, something fun for you going on. I was taking the parts back off of this and putting them back onto number 2 when I realized I only bought 2 quads to make crosskarts out of. I've been kind of collecting parts as I see good deals online. You saw the front A-arm kit, the full front end for 225 bucks. That's hard to pass up. So I have a lot of parts to do this, and there's many more on the way to finish the build, but I don't have a power plant. I only have the 2 engines. I've got the 500 for the black one, and I've got the 525 KTM for this one. So I started thinking, like, I don't want to take this one apart to build this one because this one's almost done. So I did make this a variable frame cart, and it's exactly for this reason that I did that. The seat, the engine, the pedals, the steering, the rear end. I designed this chassis to accept a lot of different things. So I started looking at engines for what I wanted to put in here, and I looked at the Predator series of engines from Harbor Freight. The 420 Predator engine is 13 horsepower, 18.4 foot-pounds of torque. It redlines at 3,600 RPMs, and it only weighs 73 pounds. So if you just want gas and brake, full roll bar chassis frame for backyard fun with no clutch, no shifting, you can completely put that engine in here and have a blast all day long. Now, the black one you see in all the fun videos with the drifting and racing and getting crazy is the Polaris Outlaw 500cc. Now, it's a Fuji engine, 41 horsepower, 40 foot-pounds of torque, redlines around 8,900 RPMs, and it's pretty heavy. It's they put it on they classified it as a sport ATV, but it's kind of a woods bike. It's got a heavy clutch, it's got a heavy flywheel, it's a lot of torque, not a lot of RPM, not a lot of horsepower. It proved the concept of putting ATV parts on a crosscart. It served its purpose, but it's time to move on. So I tracked down a Polaris Outlaw 525, which has the upgraded 525cc KTM EXC engine, which could be the greatest engine ever made. Just personal opinion. 525cc, but it's 61 horsepower, 61 foot-pounds of torque, redlines around 9,000 RPM. It is super light. It's literally 50 pounds lighter than the Fuji engine that's in the Polaris 500, which means less weight on the back. You're getting nearly 50-50 weight distribution with the engine behind the driver, which is unreal. So I'm super excited to try that out. KTM makes amazing engine, and that's 61 horsepower and 61 foot-pounds stock. Now I run basically an open air box or no air box, just a filter, and it's already got an aftermarket exhaust, so it's going to be pushing a little higher than that. So then that left me engineless for the chassis we're building together, because I didn't want you to have to just build it on your own. I didn't want to put plans out there without showing you how these go together. I don't have an engine. So then I didn't want to take the 500 out because that's a done cart. It's fun to drive and I don't want to disassemble it. The 525 is almost done, so I don't want to disassemble it. I've had a Yamaha Genesis engine, 600cc 4-cylinder engine sitting around for a future 2-seater version of this. And I thought, well, why not? Let's just put the 600cc engine in here. And then I thought, I'm always talking about how I built these chassis to race spec rule book specifications. So let's do it. Let's build a full-on race spec crosscart that should pass the technical inspection at any race for any crosscart series. I looked back over the rule book, and so far everything works out. It might be a little bit light. The min weight with driver is around 850. My chassis is about 115 pounds. This might be a little bit heavier because I used 0.095 instead of 0.083, which has about 16 pounds. So it's basically set up for around 160, 170 pound driver, which is probably most of us. So the Yamaha Genesis engine is a 600cc engine, puts out 100.6 horsepower, 48.4 foot-pounds of torque, which means the 525 actually has more torque than the 4-cylinder engine. But this redline's at 11,500 RPM. And if you know your mathematics on horsepower and torque, you can't have horsepower without torque. Horsepower is torque multiplied by RPM divided by 5252 because of the mathematics around torque itself. So the fact that this redline's higher automatically gives it a higher horsepower. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not thinking the 525 is going to be faster than the 4-cylinder. I know better than that. But those torque figures are hard to deny. So we'll build a full race spec 600cc 4-cylinder Crosskart, and we'll build the all-terrain, all-purpose ATV engine, convert your quad to a Crosskart, and then we'll do a comparison of the two. Now, I also fooled around with putting a 1JZ GTE back in here, why not? 276 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, 7,000 RPM redline. It would be amazing to have one of these with a 1JZ in it, but that's not what we're doing. So stay tuned. The future videos are going to be split. It's going to be Crosskart build VF-1 600cc kart, and then it's going to be Crosskart build VF-1 525cc kart. I'll switch back and forth as I'm waiting for parts, post videos as I'm working on both, and I'll try to be detailed in the description so that you know what's going on with each one. So enjoy. I'm really excited about this. I'm not sure how the 525 is going to do against the 600. I know the 600 is going to be faster, no doubt about it, but I'm the kind of guy that needs to go 150 miles an hour in one of these. I'm happy doing 80 or 90. It's a thrill in itself, and the singles will get there no problem. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. This has been a really, really good time. Thank you.